Okay, guys, welcome back. Welcome. Hello, can you hear me? Okay, good. Okay, good. So y'all can hear me. Y'all can hear me now. So today we will start keep continuing practice speaking, and yep, let's get into it. So so the first topic today will be about fishing. Is fishing popular in your country? Let me see. I would say yes. In fact, fishing is considered one of the most popular activity among families. So when it comes to me, the last time in fact, it's in my country. hmm So do you like eating fish? Absolutely, absolutely yes. I mean, eating fish is not just about the taste because obviously it's so delicious, and then the other reason that that makes me have a strong love for fish is about the nutritions. It's the nutritions it provides, such as omega 3, omega 6, and protein. Have you ever been to a place where there are lots of fish around you? Let me see. Yes, I would say yes, and I still remember that moment when I in an aquarium at, at Vincom Royal City. That is the place uh, where they have a lot of fish, marine life, where there are a lot of marine life such as shark and clownfish and me and yeah, when at that moment I was when I was at that when I was there at that moment I was astonishing about the fish. So have you seen any movies with lots of fish? Sorry about that. Let me see. I would say yes. In that movie was Finding Nemo. Nemo, which is the story about the clownfish dad uh, look look for their look for his son, and that story in that movie, uh, let's just put the content of the movie aside. I'll say that the VFX in that movie done had done extremely well, and that movie was it broadened my horizon about marine life. Good. So let's talk about ice cream. Do you love ice cream? Mm, Let me see. Um, I would say I am not a huge fan of ice cream. In fact, the last time I ate ice cream was about for like 5 years ago, and the reason why I don't love it, I am not interested in in it is because the fat and the level of sugar inside ice cream was too high for me, and when I consume it, I may become obese easily. So did you often eat ice cream when you were a child? Oh, absolutely yes. Yeah, in fact, there was a period I vividly remember that it when I was 11 years old, I can literally eat for like one ice cream daily, and my mother, when she found that, she even punished me and uh, punished me for eating too much. Are there shops selling ice cream near the place where you live? Um, mm, I would say yes. That and that shop's name is Mixu. It is Mixu, Mixue. It's not just about serving ice cream, but it also serving yogurt and tea. And I usually come there. I usually come there for like twice every I come there for like twice a week to buy yogurt, because you know the yogurt is delicious and it has a lot of nutrients in it. So let's talk about childhood games. In your country, what games do children generally play today? Hmm, let's see. Um, I hate to admit this, but children nowadays in my living area, in Vietnam, usually spend their time on TV and smartphones, uh, which which is which is not like me when I was a child, and the reason for it is because chil- on social media or on YouTube, for more specific, it has a lot of attractive content for children to watch. Games. I would say that the people spend their time a lot on playing video games on smartphones. Yeah, that is because smartphone it has a lot of smartphone has a lot of games that serving their demand. So do boys play different games to girls? I would say yes, absolutely yes, because sorry, sorry about that. Actually, yeah, I would say yes because boy tend have a predisposition for playing video games in category which is category is all about action and puzzle. Meanwhile, girl will have a tendency to play video games about video games that has more aesthetics. Yeah. So how are these games different to the game that has different game too? Hmm? So how are these games different to the games that children play in few decades ago? Hmm. You mean the games on smartphone that I mentioned before? Yeah. So let me see. I would say that these games nowadays have a little level of reality compared to the games that children play for like few couple decades ago. Um, this is because um, during the past time, children play games such as hide and seek, and that game involved not just about it wasn't just about improving their physical health, but it's all about connecting them, connecting them to each other more better. So, do you think that looking at the computer or iPad all day long is good for health? Our parents still let them do it? Uh, Definitely not. It is definitely a, a disadvantages for health. I would say that. I mean, staring at a computer or iPad or any electronic devices all day long is, you know, is the is kind of disadvantages to for health. And this is, in my opinion, for health because according to science, they're looking at that will looking at them for too long will will increase the rate of being short-sighted, and as a result, more children will have to wear glasses, such as me, like I'm wearing here, and the reason and parents, of course, they do not want their children to do it, but children to do it because they know the science-based fact that I just mentioned above. But the sad thing is that they do not have time to supervise their children. So in reality, there are still more children using computer and for using electronic devices. So let's talk about robots. Are robots important? Let me see. Interesting question. I would say yes. Robot. I would say that robot play a crucial role, vital role. I would say vital role in humans' life in this in this contemporary era. And for as for the personal aspect, as for the lifestyle aspects, robot helps us to do some household chores, or maybe help us in doing household chores, but on the more advanced levels, academic level, for like master degree, for like master, for such as those who are studying master degree, or those are master degree or doctorate degree. Robots will help them to searching for help them search for necessary materials, or you know or helping them in performing experiments. So would robots affect people's life? Well, as I mentioned above, robot does have a strong impact on humans' lives, and in for example, I am using robots for helping me to do the household chore, which is cleaning the house, and without it, without that robot, I think that my house will be for like be in dirt for all days. Have you ever watched a movie about robots? So have you ever watched a movie about robots? Oh yes, oh yes. In fact, that movie I just watched yesterday is all about Terminator. So let's just put this content aside, and I just want to let's just put the VFX aside, visual effects aside, because every robot movie will pay attention heavily on that. I want to talk about the content aspect, in which robots movie usually have you know show that, in which robot movies are often make people misunderstand about them, like robot will take over the earth or they will conquer the earth, and they may put human onto the on the verge of extinction. That's all lie. That's all a lie. So should we let robot drive for us long journeys? Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. Um, I would say we shouldn't do that, because a machine, when they are working for too long, for a long time, will occur some errors, and this might put drivers might put the main driver at risk. So yeah, at risk, and such as fatal risk, or such as accidents. Yeah, such as accidents or punishments. What can robots do for you at home? Hmm. As I mentioned above, it's not just help. It's all the robots just help me. Robots helps me to do housework, and well, in addition to that, robots can help me to suggest some ideas about how to cook a dish, such as how to cook pho, how to make hamburger. So yeah, I think that robot not just help me cleaning the house, but also play a crucial role in helping me, you know, in helping me to cook something. Mhm. So let's talk about friends. Do you have any friends who live far away? Friends who live far away. Um, I would say yes. Indeed, they are a good friend of mine, and I knew that friend. She's a girl. Yeah, I knew that friend who is a girl. She lived in Saigon, and we met each other for about 2 years ago on a cultural event. So yeah, and now I still keep in touch to her, and still sometimes contact for like 3 months, once every 3 months. Yeah. So, are you still friends with any of your childhood friends? Absolutely yes. In fact, my childhood friends now is considered. I am consider them one of my best friends ever, and who is and that person is my cousin. I played with him for like when I was 2 years old. He he is a good listener. What do you value most about your friends? Let's see. I think that I have learned the fact that I think I have learned a lot of my friends, but one of the things that I value the most is all about patience and patience and consistence. This is because when I used to be um, you know a hot-headed man and a hot-headed man and hot-headed one with no ability to control myself. But when I when I talk with my friends and pray with them for a long time, they taught me they taught me how to become calmer and to live to and to judge the situations around myself better. So, do you think you're a good friend? Well, not to be brag, but I am a good friend, and yeah, and the reason why I say that is because I am a good listener, and I have a huge you know a huge empathy for them. I mean, I'm willing to spend for like all my day just to listen to the problems, and after after they gi- and after listening to them, I will give them the advices that is help them to you know orient them to better life. Yeah, to improve the life. Yeah, good. Okay, so you will have for like okay. So today I'm going to describe to you a person whom I used to I used to be angry on him on her, and that is my manager, my old manager. In so this happened for like a year ago, and in that time I was still a marketing staff in that company, and my company is working on education field. So I vividly remember that it was a project, a team project, and she added me and a person and another comic to work. It is a three people group. Yeah, three people group. And when we are put in that project, I mean, and I am working as a marketing in a marketing in marketing position. So, and marketing is all about become innovative and step outside the comfort zone. So, but my manager kind of like she was kind of like not ready to step out of it. So she consistently fosters to follow her plan, even though her plan it was only suitable for like 20 years ago. It wasn't you know for like 20 years ago. So even though me and my colleague and I has tried to persuade her to follow the new plan and follow our plan, because it will increase it might it could increase sales and revenue. But she was obsolete, and she didn't she didn't listen to us. As a result, at the end of the quarter, we was we were summoned we were summoned to the director room, and will complain about letting letting the from selfish personality selfish. And at that time I started to at the end of the quarter, and from that moment I started to not to have no good look about her anymore. And another factor that makes me have no interest in her, have become irritating to her, is because she is selfish. Doesn't care what people say, what people want. She always wants people to follow her. Yeah, obsessing and her selfishness. Yeah. Mhm. Này là kiểu khó. So, how do you usually interact with this colleague at work? Hmm. Um, well, let's see. I usually choose. I mean, from that moment, I started to less talk to my manager. Yeah, I would say that from that moment, I started to less talk to her, and I less talk to her because I think that that is the best way to avoid problems to myself. Because as you know, after the end of the quarter, the director called us to come into his room and blamed us for not you know for not meet the KPI, key performance in performance index that the team has set up. Yeah. So do you prefer working alone or with others? Hmm, interesting question. In my opinion, I would say that I am a introvert. I am an introvert person, so obviously I would go for working alone. The reason why I think that is because working with others, although benefit the most, you will benefit the most when you don't have to do much, but you still got the same reward. Because you and your team they you and your team have collaborated. But because of that, so many people take advantage of it. and they just do less than people, but they still achieve equal rewards. And another reason for it is because working alone will I am not I am kind of person who hate, I would say extremely hate to be looked at, or to be, I am kind of the person who like, want to I'm kind of person who want to express my creativity at best, and working alone will enables me to do that. So which do you think is more important, colleagues or work itself? That's a tricky one. Let's see. I would say that each have its own pro and cons, but in my opinion, I would say that working with colleagues, even though I just mentioned that I like working alone, um, this is because I was alone. Because after all, when you work in a company, uh, that is that is a group. That is when you work in a company or you work in a team in class, that is the group task, and uh, because of that, group will have a tendency, colleagues or work itself, group will have a tendency to become outperform group will colleagues will outperform it, because people often say that if you want to work fast, you should work alone, but if you want to work better or go further, you want to work but if you want to, better in long term, you want to work better in long term, you must go with your colleagues. So in your opinion, what qualities of behaviors make someone a good colleague to work with? Let's see. I would say that responsible and hardworking will be the two main factors that I that everybody will want to work with that person. When it comes to responsibility, uh, when it comes to responsibility, if people, this is obvious because nobody wants to work with someone who is always forget the job, or asking to or ask to move to remove to move deadline to another date. This will make them general task became delayed, and as a result, the efficiency of the job will not be guaranteed. And when it comes to hardworking, this one is obvious. Hardworking will make some When you are hardworking, everybody will want you to be in their team, and because that will help them to have more chances. So is it important to maintain positive working relationships with a colleague in a professional setting? Absolutely yes. This is because, absolutely yes, because working yes, because colleagues will play a crucial role in helping you in long-term career path. And if you are, let's just say that if you are not a person you are not the kind of person who have a good communication relationship with your friends, your career path will be slower compared to someone a bad who have better relationships with their colleagues. Mhm. Describe and open you got contact with again. I'm ready. So today I am going to describe to you a person that I keep in touch keep in touch again. His name is Nick. I would say him. I would call him Nick. He who is an engineer in a well-known company in Vietnam. And I remember that the most recent time I met him was about a week ago when we are when when I am having dinner at a restaurant and I met him and we accidentally met each other. So uh, I still remember my feeling when I met him. It is when I met him again for a very long time because the last time from at that moment for that time and it was the feeling of memory rose up and memory of yes, I still remember that when I was a child he and I often had conversation at the cultural house at the playground near my house and at a playground near my house and we often play childhood games such as hide and seek. But then, and it was a happy moment. It was a happy moment, and when we met each other, back to the time when we met each other at the restaurant, we were so happy, and yeah, I mean, we even cuddled each other we even you know gave ourselves gave each other a hug and he gave each other a hug and talk and then we started a conversation for like an hour in that restaurant. So yeah, it was yeah so memorable. So in the future I and then after that moment I told him have a drink some days and he agreed to that. So in the future I think that maybe after this test I will contact him again and asking him for hanging out. Yeah. Okay. So what is the influence of social media on friendships? I would say that social media plays a crucial role in helping us to finding friends. Uh, Never have I seen such a period in which people can make new friends so easily like at present. And I this can be and um, according to science, the number of friends we make today are much higher than compared to the past. So why do people lose contact with each other after graduation? Hmm. This comes from many factors, but I could say that but one of the factors that I think is most important, that is because people when people graduate they started the new life and this equals to they want to put their past aside to move to and to move to a new life. And my brother is a great example for this. When he when he graduated in 2020, he even changed his he even created his new social media account, changed his phone number, and his friend couldn't even find him. Yeah, so I think that is a reason for it. Do you think that old friends are more important to the old and young generations? Could you repeat the question for me? Do you think old friends are more important to the old and young? I would say yes because old friends they are not just bring us some. I would say yes. In fact, old friends might give us some, might bring us, so a lot, might bring us a lot of uh, experience to us, and experience about their life to us. And according to science, they have shown that those who often keep in touch with their old friends will become more mature, and they will be more easier to be to become they become more easier to be they will be easier to become more successful in their life. In addition to that, playing with old friends will they will teach, in addition to, let's just put education aside, when it comes to the our feeling when playing with them, we have like there will be someone who is better understand us than when we play with you know new friends. Or yeah, does friendship influence you in your personal life? Absolutely yes. In fact, science have shown that friendship will determine your personality. This can be illustrated by so many experience, including me. This can be illustrated by an experience, a psychology fact that if you play if you play with a group of toxic friends, you will be likely to become toxic like them. But if you want to but if you play with a group of friends who are brilliant, chances are you will become brilliant like them. So in addition to that, friendship uh, friendships not just affect your not just impact your life, that is about personality aspect, but when it comes to personal life, uh, they will shape the way you live. I would say they will shape the way you live. Like if you play, like if they if they often ask you to if they ask you to if they hang out on Sunday, on every Sunday, you will also try to mimic them, and in the long term, hanging out on Sunday will become a habit of you. Yeah. What is the best way, in your opinion, to keep connection among friends intact? Hmm. The way to keep them intact, I think that is all about communication. Uh, I mean that communication is key, right? It's key, right? And so communication will praise communication will not just help you remain remain not just help you to you know understand each other more, as a reason will which will improve the general relationship consequently, but it also the best way for us to understand each other more. Yeah. And in addition to that, friends should sometimes have a group trip, a field trip, like going travel together, or maybe going camping somewhere, like going travel abroad, or going camping. This is the best way to it's like team building in company. Yeah. And it's the very good way to understand each other more. Yeah, các bạn lưu ý quá.